kick off by looking at Thursday's Telegraph, and Josh Howie has the details.
Yeah, first of all, there's a little picture at the top there. Lionel Shriver, transgenderism is a social mania. Just saying it aloud, which is good. That's
well,
cool.
you know, I mean...
We've known that. But now when you're seeing that on the front page of a newspaper...
People get very upset about the idea of social contagion when it comes to this, but it's clearly...
yeah, that's what it is. I think it's a 4,000% increase amongst girls.
Yeah.
Against young girls. Anyway, so seeing that kind of stuff. Anyways, from Lionel, and I'm a big fan of his work.
I actually looked that person up to make sure that had been born a woman, and it was.
Lionel is a girl's
name. Did you hear my pronouns?
Are
you impressed? It was a woman, was born, and is still a woman.
Yeah, there we go. No, how rare.
No misgendering on this show.
Indeed.
Josh, what is the main...
But the big headline, judges to look at soft terms for deprived offenders. So this is the Sentencing Council, and they've met up and they've basically unilaterally decided this thing. It's not been voted in, it's not been put through any kind of law or governance involvement, legislated anyway. And it's quite a dangerous idea where if you... And I can see why some people would think this makes sense, but if you come from a deprived background, a socioeconomic background, or other factors that they think lead you to a life of crime or committing crime, then you would get a lesser offence. But critics have said, rightly, that first of all, that could lead to sort of two-tiered sentencing for someone caught or sentenced for the same crime who was more middle-class background, but also it's somewhat insulting to people from working-class or lower socioeconomic backgrounds who don't commit crimes.
But don't poor people steal things? I mean, isn't that the point?
Well, I
think
everybody steals things, but the rich people get away with a bit more, slightly bigger stuff.
I think they're worried that people without money, who I know you don't know any, but people without money might have lesser representation in court. Their legal representation might suffer. So they're saying to balance that, they should get lesser of a sentence.
But aren't they talking really about the socio-economic background, as in people who come from deprived backgrounds are more likely to end up in criminality? But as you say, Josh, it's hugely patronising, isn't it, to say that you can't follow the law?
But is it if your lawyer sucks and it's been state appointed and that's all you can afford?
But it doesn't really talk about that in this article. But that's one of the factors.
But I think that's one of the things they're trying to
But
predict.
Isn't it addressing the symptom rather than the cause? I mean, you know, I think there's probably statistical evidence, I know there is, to suggest that criminality is more common if you come from a deprived background. But doesn't that mean that we should be addressing the reasons why people are poorer? As in, can't we, strive for a fairer society where people aren't...
Well, that's exactly what it is,
Rather than just giving people lighter sentences if they commit crime. Yeah,
they're doing it after the fact.
Right.
Whereas, absolutely, that kind of resources. But, like I said, I think the thing that's slightly, scary is maybe a little too much, but unnerving is that they can just do this by themselves. The Sentencing Council, the judges just have made this decision.
Well, it's not democratic, is it?
Yes.
There's that. But also, when rich people steal, they might do it less, but when they do, they steal a lot.
They get really good stuff.
They get great stuff.
Maybe we should try to change the goal.
Maybe that's what it is. Be more motivational.
Yeah.
Interesting.